Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday, and that means Lisa Marie is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Lee?
I'm good. I'm excited. Well, we've had all these storms throughout this Northern Virginia region tonight, and I wasn't sure we are going to be able to have the show, so I'm very excited to be able to see you and say hello and everything. We talked a little bit beforehand, but yeah, it's really cool to see you. So I'm glad that we're doing this show and that we didn't get rained out or electricity or but the electricity's on.
Yeah, glad you got your power back on.
Did you have power out down there?
No.
Was the storm bad down there as it was up here?
It was really bad, but I was in the shower and I kept wondering if that old thing is true where you get electrocuted in the shower because it was really like a lot of lightning and
God, I hope not. No, I hope that doesn't happen.
It must not be true because I made it. I survived the shower again.
You're still here, yes, and your hair is all nice and flat and not.
Yeah, it's not all fuzzy this time because I'm inside, no humidity, so I'm all good.
Okay. Well, storms are fun when you've just got your funny little honey to sit curled up on the couch and watch. So tonight we want to talk to people about what do they do? How do they go about? Because this is what Love Hacks is all about. We're going to get some love hacks from you. First of all, and first and foremost, though, let me get this out of the way right now. Billy Riley, let's all have some good hopes and wishes and prayers for him because he is just struggling. He's got some health, bad coughing, bad throat. No, not COVID. Don't worry, folks. But he couldn't make it on tonight. So we want to give him our best and say, Billy, we miss you. And perhaps, though, we'll get a few things taken care of tonight without you. What?
It's not the same here without him.
It is not the same.
He's the life of the party.
Billy is the heart, kind of. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's funny guy.
Yeah, he really is. And when I start asking dumb questions, he always comes in with good ones. So
yeah,
we're gonna have to hopefully he'll throw some comments up for us as we're going along. And here he is. You guys rock. Hey, Billy. So Billy is here in spirit.
Hi, Billy. Hope you're feeling better.
So he says he's going to be watching tonight, which is a threat, I think. No, no threat.
It's not the same.
Lisa, we're going to talk about one thing first real quick. Now, those of you who've been following along know that this young lady, this beautiful, intoxicatingly beautiful woman, and also she is just such a sweet lady, is involved in the Maxim Cover Girl 2020 contest. And, I was saying this earlier tonight, I'm kind of her hype master because, there's a lot of these young ladies that are on there and they're cute and they have, nice little bodies and all that kind of stuff, but they don't have the heart. They don't have the ability. They're not ladies like this lady is. This is class all the way, 100%. And they're those young ladies, I'm sure, are fine young ladies, but they do not have the class that this young lady right here has. And she's you're the best, Lisa. I tell you, way above all the rest. And so people will get on that. And look at this. So Billy Riley says, "Hey there, Maxim Queen. She's the winner."
Not yet. I still need a lot more votes to get across the finish line. It's just the semifinals. I got to get there.
And Steve even agrees with me. How about that? And then there's Billy said she got the entire package. She does. And so tonight, guess what? Right now, folks, here's how it goes with Maxim.com. I'm going to say this for you, Lisa. Maxim.com, if you go to Maxim.com and you click on the Cover Girl 2020 contest, you can vote for Lisa Marie. Put in Lisa Marie, you'll find her. She's the one that looks the classiest also in all of those pictures. When you browse, you hit the browse, and us guys, we look at the browse and go, ay, those girls that are on there. But the classiest one on there is Lisa Marie. So you can't miss her. It's that beauty. Well, at least from my perspective, when I sit in the lower left corner there she is. And classy, and you can't miss her. She looks just like that girl that's right here on your screen. And, but right now, every single day, you can make a free vote. You can always vote for every 24 hours. because I tried to vote earlier today and I couldn't because I had voted within 24 hours. So on my free vote. And then they have warrior votes. And if you are looking, or if you support your military, and we support our heroes coming back, whether they come back good to go, whether they come back with problems, mental issues, PTSD, they've lost a limb, whatever it is, the support for them comes from lots of different agencies. But one of the most credible agencies that helps them is the Wounded Warrior Project. And that's why that's what Maxim's doing with this contest, is they are giving every warrior vote that you put in $1. So put in 10, 15 bucks. And if you do that every day, we're going to be in good shape, because it goes, number one, it goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. Number two, it goes to this lady as a vote. And Lisa reminded me just now that right now, maybe even for a day or two, but don't hesitate because it could come off as soon as it goes up. They have 2-for-1s. So if you put $1 in or put 10 bucks in, you get 20 votes. If you put in 20 bucks, you get 40 votes. And you know how to do math. If you don't, if you put in 100, you get 200 votes. That's the moneymaker right there. So yeah. So we need to do that for Lisa, because she's a local girl. She's class act all the way. She's beautiful and she's sweet and nice, and just, it's the whole thing, and so we need to help her out and get that in there and get that done for y'all. Okay.
And I've already raised thousands, probably tens of thousands, for the Wounded Warriors in the past 6 rounds. I won 6 rounds already. I only have 2 more to go. And so I've already raised a lot of money for them. And the contest is basically, it's whoever raises the most money is the one that wins. So,
and the one who wins wins $25,000. Of that, $5,000, Lisa has already said, goes to the Disabled American Veterans Association, right?
Yeah, and I'm the only contestant in the whole competition right now that has offered to donate any specific amount of money to any specific charity.
Right.
So
exactly.
I think the rest of the girls are just wanting to go on a shopping spree.
I have a couple of good-hearted ones. I've seen a couple say they want to give money to their church and they want to give money to their.
But they didn't specify any amount, so
Right. But
I specified $5,000. Yeah.
You never know, but she's guaranteed it, right? Lisa.
I guarantee it. Mm-hmm.
In fact, when they write you that check, just tell them write you a 20 and write 5 to Wounded Warrior or to DAV. Sorry.
Yeah.
DAV. All right. Well, listen, Lisa, let's do our show today. This is
I'm excited about it. Yes.
Yeah, this is Love Hacks.
Yes.
Class over trash is what Steve Day said. Keep telling her. Well, I don't know. Those girls are trash. Maybe 1 or 2.
Well, I had a lot of people that were like, "Oh, you need to do lingerie pictures and this and that," and I'm like, "Yeah,
That's not classy.
I won 6 rounds without doing it. I'm just going to stick with that. I'll save my lingerie for somebody special. The whole world doesn't need to see that."
Exactly. Yeah, that's cool. That's class, y'all. That's just pure class. So, I've been going around and looking into seeing about things around the area and everything like that. Lisa, what's the biggest problem people have? Let's not even consider what's going on right now in the world. Just the biggest problem a person has. I guess it would be different gender-wise too, though. So let's start with the ladies. What's the biggest drawback or the biggest obstacle ladies have? Is it age? What is it that the ladies' biggest obstacle in finding the guy that they want to, date, and maybe they can find somebody to date? What's their biggest obstacle?
I think people get out there and they meet a couple of people that aren't very good, and they have some bad experiences, and then they kind of get turned off on the whole dating idea. They kind of get disgruntled. They lose hope. But a lot of times they're looking at the wrong places, and they don't set good boundaries for themselves before they go out on dates of what they're willing to accept and how they're willing to be treated. So a lot of what I do when I work with ladies as a dating coach is I teach them, we talk about boundaries and how to set those and how to, people treat you however you allow it, So
Mhm.
you always are teaching people how you want to be treated. And so we talk about that a lot. The other issues, oh God, women have a lot of issues. We've all got baggage. We've all had bad relationships. So some of us have some, uh, negative opinions, men and women both. I had a client last night that didn't have a very high opinion of women. He still wanted to date, but he's like, all women want is they want money, they want this, that. And I'm like, well, if you don't like women, they're probably not going to want to go out with you. You know what I mean? So first off, you have to have an open attitude and not
Yeah.
have not be judgmental. I mean, we've all had bad experiences, bad dates, bad relationships. But if you have a serious dislike for the opposite sex, that's going to come across. And it's very off-putting when a guy says, "Well, all women, are like this," or when a woman says, "All men are like that." Those stereotypes really don't help. Um,
Yeah, you
but
can't generalize like that. You can't
yeah,
generalize all men are this way, all women are. I used to
yeah,
think to myself, I had friends who were girls and we were friends and I was in the friend zone, which is fine. I didn't mind being that. I was like the big brother, the protector, all that kind of stuff. And of course, I still had little crushes on a couple of them and stuff like that, but I never could understand. They always wanted to go out with these dirt balls. I mean, I was just like, why on earth is she want to go out with that dirt ball? I mean, I couldn't figure. Tell me what that's all about, Lisa.
well, I mean, the first thing you have to remember is not everybody in the world is going to like you.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes me. There's people out there that don't
Oh,
think I'm attractive. That's that's just what it is. So if you can accept the fact that not everybody in the world is going to like you,
yeah.
that's a big thing.
Right.
And so to go out there and have somebody and go out with them and what they didn't like you, oh well, 50% of the people in the world aren't going to like you no matter what you do, and that's just part of the deal. And once you come to terms with that, you don't let that affect you.
Right.
Um, so for the people that you like them or whatever, and they don't like you back, oh well, somebody else will. It's not
That's
the end of the world. It doesn't mean you're not a likable person.
right. Right. Well, that was always that was until I found the woman of my dreams. I never the biggest deal was I like everybody, so all I needed to do is
Yeah,
find that person who likes me,
yeah,
and everyone liked me. That wasn't ever the issue. Not everyone, but most people. I mean, I'm that kind of guy. I'm pretty gregarious and I love everybody. So it usually translates that when I loved on somebody, as far as just just normal talking conversation, usually they like that. I mean, and so I used to have a lot of friends, female and male, that they'd like me. Oh, I like Lee. Lee's great. Never had very many people that had anything bad to say. I don't think, but it was the other thing was I never really had anybody who was romantically interested. And so when a guy comes to you, Lisa, and says, well, what do I do about that? What do you tell him?
but if they're interested in somebody that
Yeah,
doesn't
why
like them,
there's no one romantically interested in me. Why do I even bother? You know?
well, we have to find the right place to look. Where are you looking? If you're sitting at home on your couch every night, you know, uh, they're not going to come knocking on the door.
Right.
So part of what I do is come up with a plan. First, the way that I work this in my practice, how I do this, I figure out what people are looking for, what kind of person that they would be compatible with in their lives.
Mhm.
And then think about it, kind of reverse engineer this. Where would that person be? Where would you likely find that person? Are you going to find them at a gym? Are you going to find them at a, you know,
At the library.
where, yeah, at the beach? Where are they going to
Yeah.
be hanging out? Are they going to be going to car shows? Are they going to be going to craft stores? Whatever, that type of person. And so you go to those places where you would meet those type of people. A lot of people are like, oh, nobody likes me. I actually had a client yesterday. He had said the same thing. Nobody likes me. My phone's not ringing. Nobody's texting me. Like, well, do you have an online dating profile? Are you looking for anybody? He's like, no. And I look at his Facebook page. It doesn't even say that he's single on there. So I'm like, well, if there's women out there that are looking to date, but they don't know about you. If you don't put
Yeah.
yourself out there and say, hey, I'm looking to date too,
Yeah.
they're not just going to knock. They don't go door to door saying, hey, you want to date me? You know, So you have to put yourself out there so you can meet people and so that they know you're available and that you're also looking.
What's appropriate? Let's just say Facebook, and you can address the other social media platforms, but what's appropriate when, let's say you're looking through Facebook and you're seeing different people, whether they're your friends or not, whether they're friends of your friends, things like that. And you see, oh, she's single. What's appropriate? How do you approach that person? You've never met them. You've never seen them. They happen to have a mutual friend with you, but they kind of struck you and you want to say something to them. Do you message them and say, hey, you're hot, let's go out?
Well, I can tell you what not to do.
I got 5 rules. And if you...
Yeah. Right. I'll tell you what not to do. Don't jump in their inbox and ask them for a date. Don't ask them to meet you or let's go for a walk or have a cup of coffee or dinner. Do not do that. If you have somebody that you kind of like, you go and you talk to them like they're an actual human being. Because remember, women are humans. People forget that. But you go and you say, hey, I noticed on your page that you like gardening. Well, guess what? I like gardening, and I've got this and that. And so you talk to them like you would talk to a regular person. You do not go into somebody's inbox and say, hey, you're hot. When are we going to go out? Because let me tell you what, you're going to get blocked really quick.
Yeah. I'm sure. Well, that's what Billy, from in virtual world, is chiming in. He said that Facebook isn't a dating site; it's a small lead factor.
It's a nice way to meet people. Yeah, you're right. It's not a dating site, but you can meet some very nice people there.
And of course, he's using the salesman technology. The salesman talk is a lead. And he said, "Yeah." Coffee is fine. Gardening, what the?
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever you're into.
Lisa, we got to put you on edge. We can't let you just skate through.
It's just not the same without Billy here. He needs to get better soon and get on here.
Hurry up and get better. Yeah. All right. So before we go any further, I want everybody to please like and share. It's right above Lisa's head there. And please like and share when you're watching, because it helps us and it helps the people out there watching. And it helps you to get other people connected to us that Lisa can possibly help out. That's obviously the ideal thing. Billy's got some gardening for me. Okay, so gardening for you.
He needs to either go to bed or get on the show, and then that's it.
That's exactly right. He's probably doing all this texting from bed. He's probably laying there miserable, and he's like, typing in.
We'll turn on the camera, Billy. Let us see your bed head.
Hey, man, that's it. Okay, so that was good. I mean, I think that's good. I know that we've talked about before, and we should probably talk about almost every time, is the different platforms, the best in your opinion. I mean, Billy likes Match.com. You said
I do too.
Match.com is a good one, right? So is that something you can help somebody? Okay, he says he's coming on, but he can't get on unless I give him a link.
Well, good. It's going to cost you, Billy. You're going to have to go vote for me. You know where it's at. It's on my page. Go click the link, and I'll wait for it. When I see it, we'll let you on the air. I'm just kidding. Let him on.
That's funny. So talk to me about so if someone was to call you, Lisa, go to your Facebook and say, hey, I need a little help, lady.
That's what I do.
That's what you do. Tell me what some of the things. Is one of the things that you do is help them write a profile?
I can do that. Yeah. I can help with every step of the way.
Because I wouldn't know the first thing to write about myself. I'd be sitting there like, oh, I don't know. I wouldn't say I like gardening, and I wouldn't say I like
right.
But I love women. I can't write that, can I? In the profile, I love women.
Well, they kind of picked up on that when they saw your picture there. So some of it's kind of obvious, but I can help people picking out nice pictures. We talked about that the last time about having nice things in the background and having good pictures without hats and sunglasses and A lot of guys will put, they'll have pictures with like 4 Hooters girls around them, like, hey, look at look at the type of chicks I date. And you just look at them, you're like, this is not a guy I want to go out with. I don't want a guy that just groping every Hooters girl in the world, and I'm just click next.
Right, right.
So I can help people and tell them what not to put on their profiles, what kind of pictures work and don't work. And we talked about it before.
Yeah, like
profile pictures.
Your head up. Look at that.
Yeah, no dead animals and nothing like that. And just what I said last time. Look on your profile picture the way you would look when you showed up to pick up a girl for a first date. Yeah, that's how you should look. And then save the pictures of your dog and the Eiffel Tower and stuff for something else. But
I don't know. Women love pictures of dogs. I don't know. It might be a good thing to have your dog there with you.
If you're going to put 20 pictures of yourself, you can throw one of your dog in. If you've got, one picture of you at 600 yards away and the rest of them are your dog.
Oh, God. Yeah. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Riley. He
Billy.
I couldn't stand it one more second.
I knew we could get you on here.
So I've come up with my favorite profile picture. How am I doing?
Right. You're looking good.
That's right. Jesus.
Hey, I wanted to see your hair all messed up from bedhead from staying in bed all day. There it is.
Oh, that's not bedhead. That looks like he's been out today.
Yeah.
I've been out. I'm trying to get some stuff done in the morning, but I don't know what it is with this weather or whatever, but my chest is just a mess.
He's got his hair all pushed up. Lisa, look at that.
Yeah. I think he was playing hooky. I don't think he's sick at all.
I don't think he's sick at all either. I think maybe he went to Match.com and he's got to get
Oh, that was a little fake cough there.
So I've been sending the two of you pictures all week of these 4 or 5 sites I'm garnering information from. It just kills me. Pictures,
well, tell us about
mouse ears, clown whiskers, pictures on boats 100 feet away, sunglasses on. I don't get it.
Yeah, on the boat and they're waving. Is that a male or a female?
Hey, pick me, please.
And there's 4 of them, and you're not even sure which one it is. So,
exactly. Yeah. Are those all girls or is there men there?
Exactly.
But we talked about that a lot last time. So
yeah, we did.
Congratulations, Lisa, on the semifinals. We're all excited. Lee and I are very excited.
Thank you.
We're 100% behind you. I think it's going to go really well for you in the semis.
I think so.
We're so excited about it.
I'm in second place. I need those votes to get back up there. I'm out.
Listen, I got to tell you, Lisa, it's almost self-serving for me because I can then say, I have a friend who's the Maxim cover girl 2020.
Yeah.
She goes into panic. When she hits second or third place, she goes into panic mode.
I know. I start like, I'm going to lose. Well, I'm so far into it now. I won 6 rounds. I don't want to lose now. I only got 1 more to go after this.
2:30 in the morning, and my phone's going off. Billy, I'm in second.
Oh, that never happened. You're the one ringing my phone at 2:30 in the morning saying, "You'll never believe this girl that I talked to."
Yeah. You'll never believe this girl I talked to.
Oh yeah, he's sending me pictures of girls at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. You just need to turn your phone off and go to sleep, Lisa. Don't be taking calls from him. That's why he's been sick. He's been up till 2:30 in the morning every morning.
Yeah, but he's so entertaining. It's hard.
Yeah, he is.
Funny world out there.
All right, Lisa, what else do you think is one of the more important things, at least for, let's say for men, obstacles for finding the right gal and figuring out what they want to do and how they want to approach these different sites? So let's say Match.com, when you already discussed that they don't want to have a picture of themselves holding the big deer head up unless they could show that picture to somebody if the girl says she's into hunting. I mean, I imagine that you want to forward that picture to her if she's all into, I like hunting and I like killing animals.
Yeah, she might be impressed.
To do that, right?
Yeah.
Don't they have a site for that? Farmers.com or hunters.com?
I
I'm
think
not
there
sure
is
if
a
that's a
farmer's
joke.
something.
There probably is something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Or
But
eHarmony.
well, I'm sure there's women that, they like that because everybody likes something different. But I think what you want to do is appeal to the widest amount of people that you can, so you're more likely to get a response and meet different types of people.
Right, exactly.
They call that spraying the field.
That's right.
Well, you know all about that, Billy.
I
You
do.
know all about that, don't you, Billy?
I do. I
So,
do.
I like
So
it
you
when
got to
Billy's a
throw a
little
bunch of breadcrumbs out. How the hell do you think Hansel and Gretel got home?
Ah, that's right. That's right.
Oh.
So let me
Gotta
see
leave
here.
breadcrumbs.
I'm reading a thing from Steve Day. Maybe I need to change mine from the sweaty right off the volleyball court picture.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, okay. So what else, Billy? Can we ask Lisa about what her advice on something is?
Well, Lisa and I have had many, many hours of discussions, and she's got a certain viewpoint on when it comes in. And of course, I'm only speaking of, men dating women, not women dating men. She's got her views on that, and I've got my views on that. I think right now, though, there are people out there still actively dating and doing that. I think the norm has changed in this world that we're in now to pivoting to. I've got a friend of mine that actually is on social distance dates, and I said, "What the hell? What is that? What social distance? What? You're
It's like
already
having dinner with your ex-wife.
You're already so. What do you do? Wave like across the table? Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a gray area for contact and those kind of things. It's serious. I've got a friend of mine getting ready to travel, and she can't even go to the state she wants to go to without a "Hey, I passed a COVID test" piece of paper. Can't check into hotels. Can't do anything. So I don't know if that's going to be the norm. We're not in 1988 again with an AIDS test that we used to travel around with. You have it. I don't think that is going to be it. But I don't know.
If someone's immunocompromised, if they have a problem with their immune system, obviously they should take some precautions,
Right.
But I think for a normal, healthy person, our risks are very, very small, of becoming seriously ill.
Lisa Marie is not a doctor, however, ladies and gentlemen.
I am not a doctor,
Right.
but I'm saying,
but I stayed up late and played one on TV.
That's right.
But we still have to live our lives. We still go to work every day. We still, so.
Right. Well, then it's the inside the restaurant, outside the restaurant. Do we not go in? Do we not go out? Is it, I don't know. It's certainly complicated. I don't know if it's overcomplicated, but it's complicated. I am on some sites, and I get mostly read it all right now. I'm not actively pursuing anything directly. More for me is knowledge and discussion right now for the show, so that I can do some things. And I find it interesting because it's all still, once you get through the small talk, you get through some of the stuff. I don't know. It's an interesting world right now.
Yeah, it is. Lisa, what do you think about having some video dating? Like, for instance, let's say you and I were talking and chatting in this realm. Do you think this is a good way to communicate with somebody that you think might be something there, or you'd like to see if there's something there? Just go in video?
Yeah, if you just met somebody and you don't know them, and obviously it's safe for a number of reasons, not just the virus, but your physical safety, your personal safety, and you also get to see if they look like they do in their pictures, because
exactly
a lot of times people do not look like what they look like in their pictures. So
Yeah, I think they looked. I think they looked beautiful at the office party from 2012. Beautiful.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's
I
so
think
many
they
filters and
exactly-
things.
I think if I, like I said to Lisa in some of my conversations, and to you also, I'll go 4 or 5 rounds on the text, and then there are avenues. I've had a couple of women that say, I just don't want to give up my phone number. Well, what are you doing on here? I mean, if you're on here to meet people, you should have some kind of scenario where you can go to Google Hangouts, WhatsApp, anywhere where your number's protected. It's just an email, which you have
Yeah.
12 of them already, if you're any kind of serial dater. And you can get on those sites. Dating is absolutely dating. It's absolutely a date.
It's a good way to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And even Facebook Messenger has video, so you can do that
Right.
without giving out your phone number.
Right.
And that,
They have the rooms or whatever
There's
it's called.
plenty of ways.
Rooms.
But I'm
Well, they
telling
have
you
like
what,
video
I can
calling.
go if
Yeah.
I can go 4 or 5 round discussion and get to a video chat or Google or any of those where I'm on a video chat. That's a date.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. And
I'm not spending any
what'd you say, Billy?
any money yet.
You got that advantage too. Yeah.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So one of the questions I had though, and we just had on my show the Be Encouraged program that we have. By the way, you can watch Be Encouraged at 4:30 every day. No, we had on Be Encouraged Ali Karim, who's a hospitalist at one of the local hospitals, and we've had him on to talk about COVID and stuff. And one of the things that he said is the likelihood of contracting the COVID when you're outside with someone is very low because of the dissipation of the virus in the air. So unless you're really close to them, I mean, obviously we're talking also about social distancing, 4 or 5 feet, but even 4 or 5 feet, the air, you go from, when we breathe out like 30,000 bacteria. Okay. But you, on the other side of it, don't breathe in on the outside. When you're outside, don't breathe in more than 300 or 400. If you're inside, you're talking 20,000 or so. I mean, our bodies are full of bacteria that our immune systems, unlike mine and Billy's, normal immune systems, can handle no problem. Every day, they do it every day. And I'm sure you're the same, Lisa. There's so many bacteria in our bodies at any given moment that our normal immune system just takes care of them without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're outside, you're not really taking in the COVID bacteria. You're still taking in bacterias, but from someone you're talking to, you don't take in a whole lot of bacteria. I thought that was good news, especially in this realm. When you want to meet somebody, you meet outside. It's the best place to do it. Go to Ornery or go to Hamrocks or somewhere like that, a nice restaurant that has an outdoor seating area that's conducive to conversation and enjoying yourselves. Of course, right now with all this heat, that's kind of a pain. But you can go there later in the evening when it's cooler, or if you want to go have breakfast somewhere, you can go early in the morning, whatever. But I think that right now we need to be careful, of course. But I think when you're outside, it's not nearly as much of a threat as if you go inside.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't know about all.
that deal.
I mean, I don't know. Certainly killing the restaurant industry.
Yeah, no question. We need to get people out there. That's the other thing we need to be doing. We weren't able to do our show on Monday night, but we're going to be back on next Monday with Gangbusters. Might have a new name for our show. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But Lisa, the thing I want to know from you is what else, as far as dating in this atmosphere that we're in, is good. I mean, what's the fun part? What's the best part of dating? Period. What is it that why do you encourage people to put aside their whatever fears they have and go out and test the water?
Well, I mean, they come to me if that's what they want, I mean, if people want to have somebody to share their lives with, they Some people want that in their lives, other people don't. So if that's what you want, then you got to get out there and the person of your dreams, your soulmate, is not going to come knocking on the door. If you want that in your life and you want to get married, you want to have a relationship, you've got to get out there and make it happen. It's just like building a business. You can't just sit on your couch and hope that some successful business pops up in front of you. It's not going to. Anything in life that you want, you have to go out and find it and look for it. And so that means you got to put up dating profiles. You got to go places where you can meet people. You got to let people know that you're single. There's a little bit of work involved with trying to meet the right person. But if that's what you want in your life, then like anything else,
a little bit of work.
It's actually hard work to try to meet the right person.
They don't just fall in your lap, do they?
No, not usually.
Although talking, they fall in her lap like a bunch of flies around a buzz machine.
Yeah, but not the right ones.
Yeah.
Am I right about that, Lisa?
Well, I'm focused on other things right now. That's not big on my priority list.
I know. But still, you probably get 4 or 5 wedding invitations a week, and I don't know. I would be very interested in you sharing some of these, some of the things you've been getting on Maxim from people who've been writing to you and saying, "Lisa, I'm the man for you."
I get that a few, maybe 100 times a day.
Let's do that real quick. Tell me some of the crazier things you've heard or that you've seen that people have written to you during this whole process, Lisa.
Oh my God.
Come on, Lisa.
You better put the children to bed thing on.
Tell her to what?
I've heard.
Put the children to bed thing on. Better put on the disclaimer.
I just, I mean, a lot of people are very nice. They're just like, hey, when can we meet? And I'm like, never, because I don't know you. You're a stranger. You just show up in my inbox and say, hey, when can we meet? And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Sorry. And then I have other people that, they're like, hey, I hope you win the contest. I voted for you. I see that you like this or that. And, how you doing? And so they actually treat me like a human being. And so then I don't have to block them. But I get a lot that just roll up in my inbox. They didn't even say hello. I have no idea. They send me a friend request. I'm like, okay, I'll meet this person, right? And 2 seconds later, like, hey, let's meet. Like, let's not block.
Exactly. So, yeah. Billy?
So much to say. I'm biting my tongue.
What do you want to say, dude? Say it.
Not a chance.
Come on.
Oh, forget it. Not a chance.
You're no fun, Billy.
I think also what's happening in this day and age, and again, I can only speak for myself, and in this group, we're all relatively close in age and scenario. When you're coming to the game at this age, and you're trying to meet people are on their second, sometimes third lives. They're coming to the party with a lot of junk in the trunk, a lot of issues, kids, crap, everything. So you're not just trying to meet somebody; you're trying to meet the entire scenario. And how are you going to vet that entire scenario?
It's not like when you're 20 and you can just run off and elope somewhere and build a life. We've got lives. We have homes and jobs and kids and friends and we can't just up and elope like we did when we were 20 years old.
Because you're not just dating Kathy, you're dating her friend Helen.
You're dating her dog, her 2 kids,
friends, her sister,
her ex-husband, her mortgage payment, everything. Right. Yeah.
Then you got a whole gambit of crap you got to run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I had a friend of mine that came into this show. I was telling Lisa about Lee that, kind of had a list. And I was all over her about the list for a while. I was like, how can you even go? But you know what? The more, I kind of have a list. I don't have you got to do this list and you got to do list and you got to do this list, but I do have
A don't waste my time list.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a list that says, I know this
Right.
works and I know this doesn't.
Right.
So we all have that.
And you know what? My list is kind of my time too. My list is kind of, you know what? I'm trying to give you some of my time. You know, where do I fall on the pay no mind list?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I read something this week. It said, I can't remember the exact thing, but it was interesting about how, if they can't give you the time, you're not on the list. You know, if you're not getting what you think is appropriate out of some of this, you're just not on the importance list.
Right.
And that's a fact. You know,
or sometimes you have different requirements. You're more needy or whatever than the other person. Some people are happy just to talk or go out once a week. Other people, they got to talk to you and text you 24/7. So, I mean, not everybody's compatible that way. Some people are very needy. They're very clingy. They got to be every second. Where you at? What are you doing? You know, other people, you can go 2 or 3 days and be like, hey, we're still going out Friday. And they're like, sure.
Right.
That was on this person's list too, was, you know, she's got her life and she's got children and she's got this and that. But when you go back to the top of her list, she's looking for like a forever person that does that. And I'm like, listen, let me be clear with you. You're looking for a forever person, but you want to tell them you want to see them every few days and you want to talk. You're gonna you want that forever person. You chat with that person daily.
Yeah, but then again, Billy. But then again, Billy, I think that there's time when you already have your life and you'd like to bring someone into your life,
right?
But without disrupting entirely.
Again, great point, Lee. You got to be able to make. What's the word Lisa would use? I would probably say she would probably. Let me see if I can dig deep into that. She would say concessions. There would be a concession list in that scenario where you would say, you know, I really need Billy time this weekend, which never occurs, but I need Billy time for the next 3 days because I really don't want to see you. You know what that is? Hey, I need Billy time for the next 3 days because I've got Judy, Paula, and Carla that I need to go spend time with. That I don't want to be spending time with you. I got news for you. So, you know, I'm not in that at all. I want somebody that's beating the door down to get to me, not beating down the door because I got a book to go read on Saturday afternoon.
Well, but you know, if somebody else wants something different, that's fine too.
That's fine. You're right.
You know?
I've come to learn this. See, Lee, she does know what she's talking about.
She does know what she's talking about.
She's made some good points. As much as it pissed me off, I don't like to listen to it, but it's a fact. And you know, there's things that you've got to do to make sure that things are going. But listen, when somebody starts with listen, trust me, I was in this for a long time. I spent 3.5 years in this. If somebody doesn't want to see you during this time frame, or they don't want to see you during this time frame, and you've been with them for a little bit, then there's other issues. And I'm not saying that they're cheating or they're seeing other people. They just have other interests going on that you're not fulfilling anymore. And you know what?
That's not true, Billy. I mean, think about it. I could be dating somebody and say, you know, I'm taking a family vacation. I'm starting a new business. I got this. Don't get,
specific. Now you're hacking at specifics. I didn't say that, hey, I've got vacation this week or I'm going to do this. This is everyday life. And you've got a life with this person and you put X amount of time in, and that person, all of a sudden, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to kind of do this, or I'm going to kind of do that. When the first year or 6 months or a year, they were beating they would have beat the dog out of the way to get to you to come spend time.
Yeah.
And see, for me personally,
like any relationship though, Billy, any relationship that I want to be with that person all the time at the beginning. Every minute of the day, I want to be with them. But then as things relax, you know, just like in a marriage, as things relax, we need to understand that, you know, they've got their friends that I want my wife to take a vacation with her friends, you know, because it makes her feel better. But she feels, you know, that's not something that she wants
Dude,
to
I'm waiting.
because
Dude, I'm
she's
waiting for the broom to come.
abandoning her family. And I'm like,
I'm waiting for the
No, have
broom to come
fun.
swinging into the picture. I'm waiting for the heavy broom to come swinging into the picture. That's what I'm waiting for.
A frying pan. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so for me, Billy, I need, if I was going to be in a relationship, which I don't want one, but if I was going to be in one, they would have to have their own life, their own interests, their own friends, their, all of that. If I can't entertain somebody 24 hours a day, I'm working 4 different jobs. I got family, I have kids, I have,
Right. I don't think
if
anybody's
somebody,
talking about 24/7. I think
No,
what people are
but-
talking about is if you're in something, you should be a part of that. Okay? If you want to get, listen, I got news for you. Okay? I'll say this directly to you because I don't think anybody else does. If you need to go spend time with girls, that's fine. If you want to go spend time with your girls 3 times a week and every other weekend's off with your girls, you know what I'll say? Go date your girls. Knock yourself out. Peace out. Go have some fun.
Yeah.
Because my friends, the guys I run with, they love whoever I'm dating. That person is more than welcomed with me anytime.
right.
And that's
Well, I mean,
what I
there's
feel.
an
That's what I
issue.
feel. I'm looking for somebody that's a running buddy, not just somebody I'm dating, not somebody I'm just sleeping with or physically involved with. I want somebody that's part of my life.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have codependency issues where they can't generate their own happiness. So they expect somebody else to be there continually every day to make them happy. I don't need that. I'm not codependent. But there's a lot of people out there that they have to have somebody there every day. Like you're my clown. You're my personal entertainment. If you're not there, I'm mad because I can't make myself happy. If I'm in a relationship with somebody,
I think it's a delicate balance also. I hear you. I think it's a delicate balance also.
You got to watch the codependency. You have to be able to generate your own happiness. I don't want somebody to depend on me as their sole source of happiness. That's a lot of pressure to put on me. And I wouldn't put that pressure on somebody else. Would I meet a guy and say, hey, I got nothing going on in my life. You're here to entertain me 24 hours a day, every single day. And if you don't do it, I'm going to be mad.
I think you're going right to the extreme because it's a protection zone. It's a protection zone for you. You've said it now 3 times. Yeah. But nobody said anything about 24 hours, 7 days.
No, but what I'm saying
is, but see, you've got to be.
You've got to have a balance.
Hold on, you got to be an individual
first.
Okay, you have to be have your own thing going on. Now
that's inherent at this age. That's
but hold on, Billy. This is what I'm saying. Now, my individuality includes Lisa. I was going to say you, but I'd rather not. I'd rather say Lisa. My individuality includes Lisa, but I'm still an individual. I don't depend on her
for your happiness.
Make me feel good, and I mean,
her work, but Lisa herself, she's got 3 or 4 things going on already. It's already inherent. That is a second or third date discussion. Hey, I'm really enjoying you. I'm going to enjoy you. I'm going to enjoy your body. I'm going to enjoy your person. I'm going to enjoy you. I'm also, usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, maybe I'm going to be swamped. That's my work days. So I'm giving you a little bit of pretense of what it looks like for me. That has no bearing on me wanting to see you or wanting to be in this. So I think that, again, it's a part of the dating scenario that there's a discussion of that. But I don't think that you need to get so caught up into this list, into this secular division of, where I'm going to be or where you're not going to be on things that you lose what the excitement is. I don't care what age you are. I want to be enamored. I want to be excited to see somebody.
Of course. I mean, you want to enjoy your time if you're with somebody. You enjoy your time together. Absolutely. If you don't, then what's the point? You shouldn't even be spending time together.
What are you doing on the site? Right? What are you doing up on the site?
Oh, what site? What are you talking about? So, what do you mean?
Well, what are you doing up on the site if you don't want to meet people and go out and date with them? I mean, that's what I would say to them. I mean,
there's guys out there that work just as hard as I do. They're working 2 or 3 jobs. They can't drop it. There's single fathers out there. They can't hire a babysitter every night of the week to hang out with me. You know, so it doesn't mean they don't want to meet somebody. Maybe
But
they
guess what
just
they
want
can do? They can include you at some point.
Yeah.
at some point, but you know, you don't invite somebody to meet your kids after the fourth or fifth date. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that, but never is also a bad thing.
Right.
No, but
Yeah.
you know, I
Yeah,
mean,
let me give you the over under on that. 90 days. That's it. 90 days. That's what you got with me.
for what? To meet
90
somebody's
days.
kids?
At 90 days, I'm either at the Burger King having some fries with that child, or we're doing something. I'm integrating somehow if I'm a part of that. If I'm just part of a scenario that you're dating a bunch of people, fine. If I don't ever have to meet the children at all. I'm not getting in anybody's life again where I'm not a part of the program.
Right.
In
And
some
that's
in
your
some form
criteria.
or another. It all depends on the child's age too. There's a lot of rules and regulations, but I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again.
Well, and everybody has.
Hold on. I got in it. I did it for 3.5 years. I got out of it. I met somebody really nice again. I'm right back in it. It's unbelievable for me.
Sure. I mean, but everybody has their own criteria about what they're looking for after, especially those of us. Well, not me. I can't say us, but those people who've already had those relationships. They've learned from those relationships what they like and what they don't like. And so they have to set up a certain criteria. And what Lisa's saying is that maybe that criteria is that I don't mind just hanging out 2 or 3 days a week. Yours is no. If we're going to get serious, we need to hang out more often than that. And I need more time with your family and your friends. Lisa may not want to share you with her family.
At some point, and that's fine. That'll be discussion. That's right up front. That'd be great. I would love that on the 4th or 5th date. Somebody to say, hey, I'm really enjoying your company. It's really great. You're never going to meet my kid. I'm going to say, enjoy the chicken fingers. Wipe over here on the right side of your mouth. Finish up your drink. I'll see you later. Out the door.
Okay, well, that's you.
That's right.
And you know what?
Because
that sounds like that would be the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you ashamed of? You know what?
That's right.
Or why don't you trust me to be with your kids? And I know that there's a lot of times there's an issue with the ex. You have the ex is saying,
all of that's open
I don't want anybody replacing me, and you don't want anyone to replace that person.
Like I said from the get-go, it's complicated. It's going to be complicated all the way down the line.
So I have a different perspective. A lot of my female friends were single parents. Okay, and so they were out dating, and I had one girlfriend in particular. She would meet guys and bring them home and say, hey, Robin, here's your Uncle Billy, and Billy's staying over for a couple of days, and get to know him. He's a really nice guy. And then 2 weeks later, hey, here's your Uncle Dave. And Dave's a really nice guy. And she's like, what happened to Billy? I thought he liked me. He said we were going to go to King's Dominion next weekend. And then the next weekend later, oh, this is your Uncle Jim Bob, and she's like, hey, what about,
well, that's another extreme.
But it messed the girl up, because every time the daughter would try to have an attachment with somebody, she felt like that person left her, because she was building an attachment.
Yep.
She got to know these people. She built a relationship with them,
yep.
and then felt rejected when it didn't work out with her and the mom.
Been right there. I know the drill. I'm not like, again, the hack show.
You don't do that to your kids.
I'm only speaking for me. A lot of guys are out there. They just want to meet women. They don't want to get caught up in stuff. That's fine. Only speaking for me. I'm ready to meet somebody, part of a group, and be something and do stuff. I don't know if that's other day or.
But those children that you're meeting, when you break up with their mom, they're gonna feel rejected by you.
Well, that's part of life.
And by the next guy. It's not. People shouldn't have to.
Rules.
You can't subject your children to feeling like they're not worthy of love and affection.
90 days. That's what you got. 90 days. That's it. 3 months. If I'm around for 3 months and I'm not doing something, because I'm not that guy. I'm not paying everybody else, all the other guys' prices. I'm not paying. That's not me. I'm a straight up guy.
That's true. And
Uncle Bobby.
Like I said,
Uncle Bobby was out. That's not how I am.
Right.
And I'm not going to pay that price. And let me tell you something else. Thanksgiving comes around, come over for Thanksgiving, you better be over there for a slice of pie or beat it.
I didn't catch all that. You're breaking up a little bit, dude.
If you don't, you're in with somebody and you're over 3 or 4 or 5 holiday comes around, one of the kids' birthdays, and I'm not talking about children, Lisa. I'm talking about 5, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, boosters. I'm talking young adults. They're in their. You're not listen. Need somebody in their 50s that's got a issues going on. Hey, you got enough challenges. So most of the people our age are going to have young adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am talking about younger children.
Okay.
You know, adults,
younger,
they
yeah,
understand it.
Well,
I'm talking about younger kids.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. If they've got younger children, then you need to be very protective. You need to do things. And you need to ask questions. You need to ask a ton of questions. If you're the single mom.
Yeah.
And you better give the answers.
Because if you have young children, they better come before some guy that you've known for 90 days.
That's right. So my thing is pretty easy. I say this right from the get-go. If I'm on the 4th or 5th date, it's going pretty well. It's matriculated pretty good. I'm feeling comfortable with it. I will say to them right away, hey, Lisa, I think you're fabulous. By the way, your daughter and your son, they're welcome everywhere we go. I don't care what we're doing. They're welcomed with us. If you want to go somewhere just you and me, that's fine. But if they're available, they're welcome with me. I would love for them to come with us and do stuff with us. Right off the bat, I'm out of the gate with that 5th, 6th, 7th date. Yeah. Right out of the gate.
Like we said, it depends on the age of the kids. If they're grown-ups, that's fine.
Right.
It also depends on the kid. I mean, you know, you've got women who and men who have children, and they know their children, and they know that kid. Yeah. You know, they know that kid is straight, and good to go, and loves to meet people, and also it's how you introduce that child to your.
That's correct too. And you got to have a skill set, a trust set in the person, the guy or the girl. I can tell you this: I dated a woman a little while back, and I said I was being invited over for dinner, which I thought was fabulous. Oh my God! First off, I was like. Okay, great. Going over for dinner. Big deal. Okay. So I said, what does the child like? What snacks? What? And she like your snacks.
You're moving around too much. We lost you there, Bubba. You froze up on us.
I went and spent 30 minutes at the Wegmans and educated myself on foreign snacks. They have a whole segment of food there that are like candies from China or chocolates or what. I would do this. I consistent, and I did it. Back said, so is it appropriate bringing over? She goes, I don't think she's gonna like it. She probably won't like it. She probably won't join us for dinner. She probably won't do this. She won't do that at all. Now, I'd already asked a bunch of other questions. She spoke a certain foreign language. She was interested in this and that for college. I mean, brilliant child. But I'll tell you what, I was prepared.
Yeah.
And at the end of the date, the child was, the young adult, was very, thank you so much. Really a pleasure meeting you. For the conversation concluded in the evening. And I walked out the door and he just looked at me. Of course you had.
Your mic's cutting out a lot.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot, dude.
We can't understand what you're saying. So
all right, listen, guess what though, guys? We're done. We're at the end of our hour. In fact, we've gone over our hour.
Come on,
we'll wrap this thing up for the day. Before we do that, Billy, before we do that, I want to say to everybody, please don't forget our partner, Miss Lisa Marie.
That's right.
Is running for the CoverGirl 2020 in Maxim Magazine. We need you guys to vote. You can vote for free every day, and you can also throw $10 at it right now. I would say more than 10 because you get 2 votes for every dollar you
Yeah.
put towards the Wounded Warrior Project. The
Yes.
money you put
How
in
long
is
is
not
that
towards
for one
Lisa.
lap?
It's not towards the Maxim.
Till tomorrow.
To the
Okay.
lease, the Wounded Warrior Project, and for every dollar you donate to the Wounded Warrior Project, Lisa gets 2 votes, folks. Right now,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yeah. If
You
you
wanna
put
say
in
that?
$10, I get 20 votes. If you put in $100, I
Awesome.
get 200 votes. So, and they, whoever gets the most votes and raises the most money is going to win the contest. So right now I'm in second place.
And we're
Last
gonna
I checked,
How many people in your group this time? 8 again?
there's 8 total, including me. Yeah. And in the finals, if I make it past this into the next round, there will also be eight girls there.
I feel bad for those girls because they run up against the best.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
Good
some
stuff
beautiful
tonight, Lisa.
girls,
Lee,
and
thank you, buddy.
yeah.
You know what, Lisa? Absolutely. I would say I looked at I don't know that I should admit this. I looked at most of the girls that were on there. Okay.
Yeah.
And I even scrolled down and saw their, and that's the first I realized that today. When I saw yours, I was like, how come there's only one picture of Lisa? And I scrolled, oh, there's the other pictures. And same with, and then when I realized that, I was like, oh, that means there's gonna be more pictures of the other girls. So I had to go
Yeah.
look just
Some of them
see what
are
was
pretty
happening.
scandalous.
I had to go look just for. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. But I will tell you, man, there's nobody with more class. None of them.
Yeah.
None
Yeah,
of them
you
had more class.
stand out.
than you. So that's
stand
that
out
to
for
me.
sure.
That was the best part about it.
Yeah.
I like the new pictures though too. They were pretty cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got you good work in the late night Manassas shoot.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the night. It was 90 degrees. My hair was this big from the humidity. It was, it was crazy, but it was fun.
Right on.
That's cool.
All right,
Lisa,
you guys are rock stars.
Billy, thanks for coming on with us tonight. I know you don't feel good, but I hope you feel better.
Yeah, thanks for coming
I
on.
couldn't take it anymore.
I know. I knew you couldn't. I knew you'd have to. I knew you were coming on tonight. That's all there was.
we were gonna pressure you until you did. So,
I know.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some more of our audience members' questions next week.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's gonna happen. We got to get the Facebook page up and running.
Well, I had a
Yes.
power outage, so my plan was for those 3 hours of my power's out to be hitting people, but look at that kitty.
Oh my goodness, what a cute kitty cat.
Hey, boo boo kitty.
Oh, cute ball.
It's like, come on, feed me. Get off the air and feed me.
All right, guys, take care. Take care.
Hey, you guys are the best.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, hope you're feeling better soon, Billy.
Bye,
Thank you,
Billy
dear.
Bill.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.